Hi guys, welcome to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Before we get started, I ask you to please subscribe. I'm spinning off into a little bit something different today. Um, there's a movie. It's about years ago. It's one of those movies where if I'm going through, looking through television channels and I spot it, I stop and watch it no matter where it is in the movie. Called That Thing You Do. It was written by Tom Hanks. He's actually stars in it. It's about a one-hit wonder band, actually called The Wonders. If you have not seen it, check it out. But if you have seen it, here's some things behind the scenes that you may not know about it. Tom Hanks wrote the script while promoting Forrest Gump and getting sick of talking about himself. He had wanted to achieve creative sanity during the endless promotion. He wrote the script in 30 days, and 20th Century Fox agreed to produce it with a $26 million budget. The title song was written by the bass player of Fountains of Wayne. At the time, Adam Schlesinger was in the band Ivy and was just starting to form Fountains of Wayne when he entered Hanks and the producer's contest to write a foul Beatles tune called That Thing You Do. His version was picked out of 300 entries. In the demo that won, singer Mike Viola was hung over. The track was later re-recorded in California. Mike Viola was upset over the lack of credit given for singing the song. The Candy Butchers singer didn't appreciate being listed after the long cast and production credits, including one horse, as simply supplying additional vocals. The producer responded by saying that the film wanted to create a mythology about the band The Wonders, as if they were real, something which would be harder to do if Viola's credit was listed more prominently. The producer also pointed out that Viola was paid for his services. Tom Everett Scott almost didn't get the part because he looked too much like Hanks. Hanks changed his mind and gave the young lookalike his first film role after Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson, said Everett Scott was cute. Before some takes, Hanks would remind Everett Scott, "Don't do it like me." The crew annoyed Guy Patterson with the moniker Tom Jr., which all seemed rather serendipitous. Everett Scott married his girlfriend a year after That Thing You Do was released, and a few years after they went on their first date to see Forrest Gump. The actors actually learned how to play their instruments. Everett Scott, Steve Zane, Ethan Embry, and Jonathan Shates spent a month learning all of the notes to all of the Wonders tunes, even though they weren't actually playing them. It was Shates' first time playing guitar, Everett Scott's first attempt at playing drums. Shates burned his lip putting it against an old microphone during rehearsals. There's plenty of other potential band names. It was revealed some of the names written in his character's notebook in the series of YouTube videos: Mom's Hot Dish, The Lords of Erie, Jimmy in This and Jimmy in That, The Hanks, and Faye's Addiction were some of the more interesting ones. Hanks knew Charlize Theron was going to be famous after she auditioned. The future Oscar winner played the role of Tina in That Thing You Do, which was only her second credited screen role. After she finished her audition, Hanks said, "She's got it. That girl's going to be somebody." In her script, Hanks wrote, "No matter what, I will always claim to have discovered you." No actual music was from the 60s. The rights to even obscure B-sides were expensive, so Hanks and some of his collaborators composed new music for the movie. Hanks also remarked that Forrest Gump used actual 60s music to full effect already and recently. The bass player's name is never mentioned. Ethan Embry was credited as TB Player, the bass player. Embry once said he believed the T stood for Tobias. They filmed on the Price is Right stage. The Hollywood Television Showcase scene was shot on Stage 33, Bob Barker's studio at CBS Television City, Hollywood. Hanks worked long hours on his directorial debut. He started at 4 a.m. and usually got home around 11:45 p.m. He was so tired one morning that he didn't even notice his wife, Rita Wilson, who played a cocktail waitress in the film, was on the set. "I was so tired by the end, I didn't even know it was my wife," he said. "I thought she was a very attractive lady. I hope she's going to be nice to me." The film featured a mini Bosom Buddies reunion. Peter Scolari, who co-starred on the sitcom Bosom Buddies, was pre-fame Hanks from 80 to 82, played Troy Chesterfield, the host of the Hollywood Television Showcase. Hanks cast his family in the film too, in addition to casting his wife as a waitress. Um, Hanks' son Colin briefly appeared as an usher who took Liv Tyler to a seat at the showcase. There were Apollo 13 Easter eggs. Marilyn Lovell and the Geminis are one of the bands listed for the Boss Vic Koss's show in Pittsburgh. Marilyn Lovell is the wife of Apollo 13 astronaut Jim Lovell, who was the pilot of Gemini 7 and command pilot of Gemini 12, and the astronaut Hanks portrayed in Ron Howard's 95 movie Apollo 13. Jim Mattingly and Lenny Hayes' last name from Apollo 13 astronauts Ken Mattingly and Fred Hayes. Jonathan Demme was the Beach Party movie director. Oscar-winning director Jonathan Demme, Silence of the Lambs, makes a cameo in the movie as a major motion picture director. The director's cut tells more about Mr. White. The Wonders manager, Hanks, shares a scene in extended version with a character played by former NFL player Howie Long, who plays his boyfriend. The liner notes to the soundtrack tell more of the story. Jim Mattingly ended up recording a hit song called She Knows It, heard over the closing credits for The Herdsman, and became a producer for Playtone Artists. Mr. White was promoted to president of Playtone Labels. There you go. If you have not seen this movie, go watch the movie, then come back and watch this. It's more interesting that way, that you know what I'm talking about. If you have not seen the movie, go check it out. It's a really, really good movie. It's got some really good 60-ish Beatlesque type stuff in it. Really good. That's all I have for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about subscribing. You thought I was going to mess up, didn't you? I didn't. Please subscribe. Have a great day. God bless you. I'll be praying for you.